So I'm Barbara Carr. I'm president of the Kathleen Sutton Fund, also the grant writer. I just wanted to thank you for letting me share what the grant has done for the Kathleen Sutton Fund and also for the women that we serve. We basically have one simple mission, and that's to reimburse transportation costs for women undergoing treatment for their cancer, living in Clallam, Jefferson, Kitsap, and Mason counties. Now, those costs that are reimbursed include ferry, Uber, mileage, parking, bridge tolls, basically any costs that allow them to reach their treatment and safely and without too much financial burden. These costs typically aren't covered by insurance. Kathleen Sutton was a community leader in North Kitsap, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1998. She went back and forth to Seattle for her treatment and realized the travel costs and the financial burden that was accrued. Vivienne Parnell was a great friend of hers who they basically set out to help other women in the area with their travel costs. This was 2003. Kathleen passed away in 2004. But with her inspiration and Vivienne as our founder, the fund is moving forward. Some important dates in the history, and I'm not going to go through them individually, but obviously 2003 was the start of it. We've been through strategic planning and board development multiple times in that time frame. 2021 was an exciting year for us. We hired our first paid employee. She is the director of development and works with our social media and website and event planning. Board development and strategic planning, we've had one goal each year is to increase the number of women that we reach by 10% per year. If you look at 2016, we assisted 93 women with $51,500. 2020, 150 women with $114,934. 65 of those are for Kitsap. Looking at 2021, 168 women received $122,475. Kitsap County was 65 women receiving $41,043. 2022, as of May 31st, we're at over 60,000 and 147 women. Of those, 108 are from Kitsap County receiving over $24,000. One thing to remember is that one woman can receive multiple checks and there is no limit on the amount of the expenditure. The application process is very simple. It's a referral from medical care provider. You can self-refer and then we will receive the validation from the medical provider. There is no financial application or qualification. No receipts are required. The reimbursement is actually calculated. We have 2 client advocates that work directly with the women. The goal for 2022-23 is actually to continue to increase by 10% per year. Measure the progress. We're working with other organizations and to reach an increased number of women in need of the assistance. Also to identify resources that'll bridge that gap, organizations that we can talk to and reach out to those women in need. Who will approach? Basically anybody who will listen to us, physicians, nurse case managers, community centers, women's organizations, support groups, cancer resource groups, community health centers. I just wanted to give an example of the impact that particularly the Women's Giving Circle grant and how it just reaches a specific individual. A woman was diagnosed in November of 21 with breast cancer, first became aware of KSF in June of 2022. The dates that were covered, you can see, were December through June of 2022. Her treatment was 37 trips to SCCA for radiation after her surgeries and chemotherapies, total of 6,728 miles, along with ferry passes, parking. Total expenditure is $2,388.80. She sent a letter as soon as we received the information. The checks were sent out within 7 days. And she said basically they had run up their credit cards and weren't sure how they were going to pay them off. And when they come out of this, they want to give back to the community in any way possible. So thank you, thank you. The impact that you make is huge for that one individual and also for Kathleen Sutton Fund to be able to continue to do this in a sustainable manner.